Shalom, this is 3 Minutes on the Parasha. This week we're opening the book of Vayikra with Parashat Vayikra. And we're just a couple of weeks away from Pesach, which is kind of the symbol of the breakthrough, right? And with the Me'or Einaim reading Parashat Vayikra, I want to offer an intention about the wisdom of the pedagogy of time or of madrigot, steps, processes. And the Me'or Einaim infers this from reading the first verse of Vayikra. Parasha opens with these words, Vayikra el Moshe, Vayidaber Hashem elav. And he called to Moses, and God spoke to him. So we have a repetition here. We have first a calling, and then a talking. And we know that in the Torah, there are no coincidences. And to the Me'or Einaim, this repetition is hinting us to something, that it takes first this and then that. And he kind of recaps to us everything that happens ever since Yetziat Mitzrayim, all the stages, right? The first commandments of circumcision and then doing the Pesach sacrifice before they even went out. Ve'achar kach, and then the splitting of the Red Sea. Ve'achar kach, the being in the desert and the giving of the Torah, and so on. And this is the wisdom of ve'achar kach. First this, and then that. This is the pedagogy of madrigot, of steps. And he explains this through a metaphor. The metaphor is that of someone who lived their whole life in the dark. And if we take them directly from the dark to the light, it can actually be not just counterproductive, it can be dangerous to them. They can go blind. And this is something that we know, right? That every process that is too fast and too radical can actually be dangerous. We've seen this in governments and revolutions. We know this in psychology, that psychologists actually try to accompany the patients through gradual improvement rather than like too radical, even violent change, which may kind of cause a backlash. So we know of the wisdom of gradual change, right? It's like if you take a tree and you try to bend the tree, it's going to break. But maybe you've seen these beautifully kind of shaped trees, and all it took is kind of tying them in a certain way and then letting time slowly reshape the trunk of the tree. And so as we're moving towards Pesach and this idea of like breakthrough in the month of Nisan, which is really an opportunity for us for a new beginning, whatever you're hoping for in your life in terms of breakthrough, new beginning, revelation, enlightenment, awakening, maybe this is an invitation to kind of remember that all of this, that behind every breakthrough, there is actually most of the time a long process, and that actually takes some humility to trust the process and to be patient enough. So this is my invitation, is may we, as we aim for our moment of breakthrough, may we actually invest in the process, in the learning, and have the wisdom of patience and trust. This was 3 Minutes on the Parasha. If this spoke to you, feel free to comment and share with your loved ones. Chodesh Nisan Tov. Shabbat Shalom.